Welcome, dear one, to the Central Channel Anchor Points meditation. Anchoring your consciousness into your body is a structured way and the first step to embody your soulful self completely. The central channel is the core or the home base for your soulful self. We will work with 4 main locks or anchor points for tethering the energy into the channel. The root is the gateway to the connection of Earth that allows us to fully exist and participate in this physical world. It is referred to as the Mula Bandha, the root lock. This is point number 1. Focus awareness at the base of the spine. Shine the flashlight of consciousness onto the perineum from the inside. Just find your pelvic floor muscles and keep the attention here. This gathers energy that was dispersed and tethers it to the base. If you are a visual person, you can imagine grabbing all the strings of floating balloons and anchoring them down from the outer surface and layers of the core into the body. This will shift perspective from the protective personality to the soulful self, a feeling of belonging. This is how we begin to build the neurosensory circuitry to establish the new identity. Moving from the headspace to the core. So seated or standing, contract your perineum at the base of your pelvic bone and lift them towards the navel as you draw the energy up into the body from the earth below. You might know this when you really have to keep yourself from urinating urgently. If there is no toilet close by, these are the muscles that you use. Squeeze them as tightly as you can. Now release that by half. Hold it in this place and breathe deeply into the belly, not into the chest. So you have to release your lower abdomen muscles while still holding onto your perineum or Mula Bandha. Belly breathing creates healing and creativity due to the true calming of the parasympathetic nerve endings, as well as increasing the blood supply to the lungs of the lower lobes. Now release your perineum or Mula Bandha halfway again and breathe deeply until you sense a feeling of being in there, in your lower belly, in your abdomen, without clinging or without using effort. The goal is to create awareness in these tissues we typically are not used to or are not aware of. Increasing perception to a finer degree. We are starting to tone these tissues with a little bit of muscular activation to invite the energy there. This tethers energy to the earth. It grounds you. And the tissues in this area starts to wake up. A new vibration will establish itself, and this will let the tissues know that the soulful self is moving in fully. The second point is the heart point. This is the anchor in your chest. I invite you to contract inside of the heart center space by squeezing or tightening into the muscles in the chest. Not off to the left, where the heart muscles are, but in the center area. In the center over the spine, pull the pectoral muscles together, back towards the spine. The shoulders relax in and down. Pull the deltoid muscle around the caps of your shoulders and down to tighten them. Go inside the chest from here. Shine the flashlight of consciousness into the chest. A good visual here could also be that imagining that you are laying down to do a bench press. All the same muscles have to activate. Don't collapse the spine. Squeeze and hold for a few deep belly breaths. Relax halfway and take a few more belly breaths. Now relax again halfway and continue to breathe deep down into your abdomen, sinking the breath. Allow your awareness to penetrate deeper into the chest, contracting the tiny muscles next to the spine behind the heart, deep into the core of the body, connecting the back of the heart to the spine. This will allow the front of the heart center to open. There is connective tissue that physically connects the heart to the spine. Visualize this as you relax into the support. This creates the same tethering of conscious energy to the body that we did to the lower pelvic area. And this further starts to shift awareness from outside to inside, physically drawing energy into the heart center to activate calmness, relaxation, healing, and compassion or love. The third point is the throat. I invite you to constrict the throat to breathe in Ujjayi breath. It's almost like making the hissing sound of an ocean while breathing. So find the muscles of your throat and gently start contracting those muscles as if you're giving your trachea a hug from the inside with your muscles, allowing the breath to be felt and heard as it passes through. Your breath should be making a noticeable sound on the inhale and exhale. It invites us back to the place we should be living from. Take several deep belly breaths, like waves on sand as it moves in and out. Follow the sound with the mind into the central channel of the body. This further draws consciousness into the core of the body. It it will center, ground, and emanate confidence tremendously. I invite you to the fourth point, the fourth anchor point, the center of the head. The pineal gland in the center of the head between the two hemispheres of the brain. The pineal gland contains light receptors called rods and cones, which are very similar to those found in your eyes. Part of its function could be to see the subtle high-frequency energy of your inner world, where your eyes transmits the outer light energy, also known as the sixth sense. Put your attention on your third eye, in the center of your forehead. Bring your attention onto the subject self. Feel how you are tethered here. You can also roll your eyes upwards to feel the pressure behind your eyes, almost like pulling your optical nerves into your pineal gland or into your third eye. Deep belly breaths. You are the one seeing. You are already looking from where looking looks. Release halfway and breathe. Release halfway again and keep 2 deep belly breaths. We are going to connect all these anchor points one at a time. So start by contracting the anchor point of the root, pulling the pelvic floor muscles up, deep belly breaths. Contracting the anchor point in the chest while deeply breathing. Contracting the anchor point in the throat. Inhale and exhale. Contracting the anchor point in the head or the third eye. Hold the tension as you breathe. Now start by connecting these areas with a tube through the body. It is called the central channel or the Sushumna. From the root all the way to the crown of the head. Sense this alignment. It is not a physical form that is there. It is a gateway, a channel. Imagine it if you have to at first. This will increase your receptivity to sense it. The more you do this, the more you will increase your sensory perception in this area. And this will result in sensory circuitry in the system, increasing the awareness of the soulful self and its energetic flow. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift.